Hey everyone, it is 3:30 in the morning. Smart me, I slept earlier because I was exhausted. Today I went to the Tempe Improv and got to watch stand-up comedy, I love that. It was fun. So my girlfriend Kristen invited me, and we went with another girlfriend and another friend. So that was great. Yeah, I did fall asleep for a couple hours when I got home. Now I'm wide awake. So I figured I would do a post. Um, in the last couple days, I've been trying to do a lot of, bring awareness and kind of align myself with projects and things to bring awareness to drunk driving and also to kind of get involved with being a motivational speaker and so on and so forth, just to share my story and see if the feedback that I get back, since the feedback that I've been getting back by sharing my story has been, hey, keep going, we enjoy listening to your videos, it's very motivational. That's kind of the platform that I'm using is, if anything, we can all learn from my experience. It could really happen to anybody. So that said, some of the things that have been challenging for me is that, there's a couple things that I didn't anticipate and that are kind of hurtful, especially when you're opening up about something that was really traumatic. Um, so one of the things that has happened is that when I go out with a cane, people do come up to me and they're very ignorant. And I've heard, or my friends have heard people say that I'm using the cane for a prop to get attention. Um, that sucks. It really is hurtful hearing that because I went through so much to get to where I am right now. And I don't I don't self-pity. So talking about that and sharing that and dwelling on it isn't something that I do. And so my positivity obviously radiates when people meet me, but that's not to say that I didn't go through things. And so when someone's saying that I'm using a cane for a prop, it almost feels like it's someone trying to negate or trying to downplay what I actually did go through, which is it's a lot, and I don't think everybody will go through it as positively or as open-mindedly as I have in my recovery. So that is hurtful, but again, it's just something that you run into, and it becomes an obstacle, and um, everyone's not nice in this world, and things are not always pleasant. So it's just another obstacle. It's just something to take with a grain of salt, but it is something that happens. Another thing is that some people have been wondering why I don't just get over things. Um, well, with all due respect, people that have that opinion, that's your opinion, you're entitled to it, but that's not how leaders act. I don't just get over things when I can make a difference. I'm going to take things head on, and when I'm challenged with something, I always face my challenges. I've done it my whole life. I don't listen to when people try to put me down, especially in that scenario when people try to control the life that I live. Because I'm not living it for anybody else. I'm living it for myself. And anyone gets in the way of that, I have a drive enough to stand up for myself. So when people are saying just get over it, it happened, don't cry about it, I'm not crying about it. I'm going to make a difference with it. There is a difference. That's the difference between a leader and a follower. Followers get deterred, leaders don't. No matter what, you stay focused on the goal, and you persevere and battle through obstacles that come about, and they make you a better person for it. So, to each his own. I don't expect people that have that opinion to be able to relate to me, and I don't need to relate to them. So, thanks for your opinions, but with all due respect, it doesn't faze me. I'm indifferent to it. But you're entitled to your own opinion. So, and the other thing that has been hard to deal with is obviously being discriminated against for having a cane. That did happen with my last job. I was supposed to start a job about a month ago, and that didn't end up panning out because I showed up with my cane, and the owner decided to withdraw the offer. I never heard back from HR. I had an offer letter and everything, and then right before I was about to go on vacation and start my job when I came back, that opportunity was taken away because I showed up with a cane. So, yeah, that's challenging. So, it's definitely when you open yourself and become vulnerable and you share your innermost conflicts and personal experiences, and you're sharing it because you're obviously vulnerable and you're sharing it to be able to heal and to gain support so that you can deal with things better. It's definitely, it leaves you vulnerable, and so when you get hurt when you're vulnerable, it's not pleasant, right? But I guess the way I combat that, again, is that everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Not everyone's going to be on the same page as me. I shouldn't expect that everyone should be able to understand where I'm coming from, or be able to understand why I do things the way that I do, or be able to even understand who I am as a person within a couple minutes of meeting me. It's not going to happen. I'm very complex. I have a lot of different sides to me, and I enjoy being me. So when people have things to say, it's really, in my opinion, I want to just give them the middle finger and walk away. But, that's not real. That's not life. I would never do that. But in other ways, the way I say that is by doing things and metaphorically saying fingers up to you. Because, if everybody quit when they heard the word no, then we would have no progressive movement in any direction. People are very quick to critique. People are very not quick to self-reflect. So I value people's opinions when they are solid people. Solid people don't necessarily feel like they need to judge you. They will hear you out. I feel like I'm much more solid in myself. I don't feel like I still now and then can get caught up on other people's combativeness, etc. But overall, I'm not really concerned with what the next person next to me is doing. I'm more concerned with what am I going to do, how am I going to react to whatever they're doing, what am I focused on. I guess it comes down to legacy, and that is the basis for my memoir. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that. There have been a couple things that have happened in the last couple of days where it's kind of like, oh man, sucks. Or another thing that I have trouble with, which I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that I am attractive, or that I'm not in a conceited way, but I do get attention. It's very hard to filter through people's real motives, and well, I guess I'm starting to get used to not giving people the benefit of the doubt. A lot of people are in it for their own interests, especially when it comes to getting close to me or trying to become a part of my world. People are they are willing to say whatever it is that they want to say to get in, but they're not decent people. So I'm learning with time that who you can and cannot get close to, or who you should and should not get close to. Not can, should and should not. And it's a little bit jading. I mean, when you see poor behavior after poor behavior after poor behavior, or you're let down time and time again, you do become withdrawn a little bit, or a little bit more taken back, and a little bit more less naive to the world. And so I don't ever want to lose my positivity. I never want to get jaded. I'm still not jaded by anything I've experienced with love or anything like that. I'm always going to try to see the good in things. But when experiences happen and they're not pleasant, you have to deal with them. So, and it's a notch added to the belt, and it's not on the right side. So, it's an experience, and I guess that's all I can really view it for, and not worry about whether it's good and bad, or bad, and just look up and thank God for a lesson that eventually will pay off. Eventually, all these lessons are going to come together, and I'm going to find something in a time period in my life where I will probably just be really content with things and be able to handle anything that is thrown at me, and that's the ultimate goal, right? It's when you attain happiness in its true form, when you're not really deterred by anything that comes at you. So, sorry, excuse me. And I just wanted to share that. So that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Have a good night and happy Monday.